ukana bantu
sinzi imwakanu kabisa kana makaikanga kangara maningi kaiyanga sibisika kwani kaifakira huko.
So what you do is yes, yours is even better because just uyishite ko cyane magogo yako ndiye yakulisa cyane.
Yeah, so you said Josiah.
Josiah, let's start with a story that has generated a lot of debate in political circles. And then, so an opinion article has questioned President Hakainde Hichilema's decision to welcome Miles Sampa's political support, arguing that he may not be the type of political figure a party should build its long-term strategy around. Now, we analyze this. Now, before we analyze this, we must make one thing clear. This is an opinion. This being an opinion, it represents the writer's interpretation and political analysis. It is not an official political.
In the last 5 years, look at the people that have gone to jail for offenses that are not so clear, for offenses that even those in the UPND are committing. He called them Eva Lucifer. Is this how Hakainde Hichilema is going to run the affairs of this nation? By normalizing legality?
Oh yeah. How would you, like, at a scale of, let's say 10, how would you rate it?
In PF, I think I would give them 9% or 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Whilst UPND is 1.5 out of 10. So we cannot see an institution that is mandated to keep law and order misbehaving, then we just fold our hands to say no, because niwa police kairi if you bafuiri okubomba. No. The president and his government up to 2019, when he has failed to show direction.
Governance Space every Thursday at 21 hours on LCM TV.
At LCM channel, we have great programs for all age group. 80% local content. LCM TV. Doing it the right way.
Where there is a vision, God always brings provision. When something is not broken, don't fix it. With the increase of CDF, we've seen a mushrooming number of schools that are now being built, classrooms that are being built across the country. Free education has come from nursery to grade 12. And if that forms government in future, it won't be like, oh, parents should begin to pay. It will be a law. It's going to be very difficult for us to move that. The moment we vote out that kind of cinema, I can assure you the free education is going to be taken away. Like somebody will be arrested, we shall say, no, this is just political witch hunt. People are able to know how somebody was able to acquire 70 cars, to acquire my helicopters at the expense of you Zambian people. Who unpaid authorities that we shive, I send them the lama and even write a letter to a bank to say I want to be depositing so much on a daily basis.
Good afternoon, Zambia, and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Lunch Break with the Boys right here on LCM TV. It's really been a while, we should say, or I should say for myself, but on behalf of the entire production team behind this show, I would say we have missed you so much, and we hope that you are here today with us. And remember, this is your, how do I even put it, because it's been a while, so I'm trying to put everything up together so it can sense. But remember, this is your platform where we tell you what is happening. Most importantly, we do not just tell you what is happening, we tell you, we give you the reason why it is happening, and then we tell you why it should matter. We tell you why it is important. And I am your host, Clifford Atusai Kazembe, and joining me in the studio today is a colleague and a co-host, Josiah Mwansa Mitsuelewe. Josiah, welcome.
But when mkonda so kuchita sana mianga so.
Kaili pana kanyimbo.
But yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Clifford, and good afternoon to everybody joining us today. Yeah, so you know, this is where we sit down and analyze the stories making headlines, ask difficult questions.
That's a very important one. Difficult question.
Yeah, ask difficult questions. And we get to interact with our viewers, making sure that na question ya mnetifunza yolimba yaja, and you know, we talk about current affairs. And you know, we just want to interact and making sure, because when I'm kaibama bisa, but it's a team making sure that we break down, we, you know, difficult, no nana kamba difficult.
Very, very important. And yes, you know, exactly, Josiah. Today we have very interesting discussions lined up. Today's discussions are quite interesting, I should say. So we'll look at the political debate surrounding Mao Sampa's endorsement and whether political alliances can build long-term strategies. And then we will also discuss the continued debate around maize floor prices, FRA maize purchase, and what this means for farmers. And then we'll also look at the political exchange between government and opposition, especially the debate around campaign languages. Very important, this one. And then later in our sports segment in today's show, in today's show, we are going to also analyze the latest development from the World Cup. I know you've been following. I know your team got knocked out, but I am one of those whose teams were knocked out. I'm a strict Portugal fan in Brazil. Both my teams are out, but either ways, we are still going to be here standing on justice to analyze how the teams are performing, and then we will also look at our very own Copper Queens as they prepare for the WAFCON. And then, so we are advising you to stay with us, remain here, catch up with us as we continue with lunch break with the boys. But for now, we are just going to take a very short break, and then after the break, we have got these interesting stories lined up for you, and we hope that you engage yourself with us. We go for a short break. Stay tuned. Lishima Classic Media. We can brand your brand. From backdrops to roll-up banners, vinyl and PVC banners, gazebo tents, t-shirt printing, flag banners, business cards. Get branded with Lishima Classic Media today, because here at Lishima Classic Media, we're doing it the right way.
Where we are now, we need unity. Because to unlock the potential of the Zambians, you need strong institutions. Look, I served under President HH. I know his style of leadership.
Welcome back. You are still watching Lunch Break with the Boys right here on LCM TV. We are just beginning, just in case you're joining us. We're just beginning. We haven't gone anywhere yet. And so this is Lishima Classic Media, and we've got quite a number of things that I would love to talk about before we dive into today's discussions. So at Lishima Classic Media, Josiah, what do we have to offer?
We are also a branding company. We are not just a TV station.
Give it to them.
Yeah, so we are a branding company, and we brand in a lot of things. So branding actually, abantu wants it my branding actually.
Exactly. We can profile you.
Yeah, definitely, because when we talk about branding, maybe motoka,
No,
even you.
You are a brand.
Definitely, yeah, I've been branded by the Shima Classic Media. Yeah, so branding.
Very
you know, yeah, because if I tell them, if I tell them my testimony, but it's okay.
It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, but yeah, we are also a branding company. We do brand T-shirts, we do brand cars, we do brand what else?
Offices.
Yeah, offices. We do brand mashopu. Anything that you want to, Mafri Gionse, we do brand. For as long as you are looking for a branding company, we are there as Lishima Classic Media.
Talk about billboards, talk about pull-up banners, talk about gazebo tents, talk about pens, cups, calendars, to mention but a few. And then if you are more interested, if you are lazy to check on what we do, you can just go on your phone, go on your browser, then Dinizani, www.lishimaclassicmedia.com, and then all our services are outlined on our website. And then if you would love to catch us up on or from the palm of your hands, you can go on Google Play Store and download our LCM TV application, where you can be in touch with us at every time.
I think once a makamba. Maybe photography. We also do photography as well.
Yes, your zaibu rapoti kachoka pa break ya number 2.
Okay. Can you my brand ambassador?
Yeah, we are serious brand ambassadors. Now, Josiah, let's start with a story that has generated a lot of debate in political circles. It's an interesting story. I know you've got an idea. So, an opinion article has questioned President Hakainde Hichilema's decision to welcoming Mao Sampa's political support, arguing that he may not be the type of political figure a party should build its long-term strategy around. And then now, before we analyze this time, before we analyze this, we must make one thing clear to you who is here, because you'll be analyzing this as well, and to the people that are watching out there, you need to understand that this is an opinion piece. It represents it represents the writer's interpretation and political analysis. It is not an official political fact. So we would love to just set these things on the stand. It is an opinion. Somebody thought, blah, 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 put up this opinion, and then it's circulating around social media. It's all over. You've come across it. So we would love to just sit down and just make you see why it is important. We just opinionate ourselves as well around the same issue. Yeah. So it is not an official political fact. Yeah. Just this point. Just that.
Yeah. Otherwise, from what you've said, yeah, it's definitely see official, like official, but yeah, and it's I think it's a very important question, like you've asked. Politics everywhere, I would say, politics everywhere is built around alliances, if I would say so. Sometimes former opponents, former opponents become partners because they discover common interests. Yeah, and however, the challenge now becomes trust, because you welcome somebody, but you know there is that thing where you know that okay, oyu muntu namcha welcome, but ka trust chekaja de kama bwache manje kangalaka problem when a political party welcomes someone who previously belonged to
another party,
to another political camp, I would say so, another party. Supporters may ask, definitely, like maybe like is this a good idea, stuff. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. It's about trust, and this it is also about like principle, if I would say so, or is this about what's this numbers? So to ask, because I'm one of the people who can ask such questions like, okay, is this person coming to build our political party, or maybe is this person coming in for numbers? Because aonanjevera okukairi kukampia so ndiye kuchitika, so let me run and go kuli kampia so or what. So the questions now ndiye alipo manje ma question hapa.
Is it about principle or is it about numbers?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I get. But you see, Josiah, the truth is when we look at Zambia's political history, we have seen politicians move between different parties,
yes,
and alliances. So then the question, I know I am adding a question on top of your question. I should have asked this before you asked, but then I am bringing it again. So is political history something voters should always use to judge a politician, or should people be judged where they stand today? Because you know, it is a very serious issue. If I can connect it with the questions that you just asked, because this is to me, I think, is it about principle or is it about the numbers? So I feel this is where strategy comes for me. This is where strategy comes in, because in every political alliance has two things to say. It has benefits and it has risks. You understand, right? So then, for President Hichilema and the UPND, bringing in how do I put it? Bringing in experienced political figures can strengthen their support base. But then you need to understand that critics argue. So in as much as bringing in these strongholds, I'm going to use this word, not yam Bible museum. Which you can be a strongholds, moving a breakthrough yeah. But for them bringing in these strongholds, these political giants, these political figures is a good move that is going to strengthen their support base. But then critics argue that political consistency and loyalty should also matter. You understand? Kaka?
Yeah, and because at the end of the day, actually, voters will decide whether these alliances represent genuine political growth or just election mathematics. Oh, man. Hey, masamu maningi je. Because you know, citizens actually because citizens are no longer only asking who is supporting who, if I would say so. They are asking, what does this partnership bring to improve my life? Kairi, in as a supporter, if I'm supporting the president, there is then it brings in someone, maybe for example I never supported. I'm not saying they don't support, but yeah, you know, I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yes, I know, I get your point.
So you find that me, I'm supporting the president, and then it brings in someone I never supported. I should be asking myself definitely that okay, me, I never supported this person, and moreover, this person they as well had a certain power at some point.
Yes.
So is this helping my life as an individual, maybe as a citizen of Zambia, as a voter, or maybe uyu muntu abwera che izangala cheni mingala tofuti zinangu. So at the end of the day, it gives in concerns again.
Yeah, it looks like it is something that's from picking it from you. It is something that these politicians are looking at as something that's benefiting them before the people. This is just my thought time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Let me join Josiah, because I'm looking at first, if I join Josiah, if I become one party with Josiah, these are the benefits that I'm going to get off of it. And then Josiah is also looking at, okay, Clifford Dakabuela, his strength at this and that. It's a physical. You see? So first we are going to look at how this move is going to benefit the two of us before the people. But you know, politics is more about the people than
about
us.
You
understand?
That's
so
a sweet point.
yeah, so I feel the most important thing is first to look at what are the people looking for. What do the people want? What should we do in order to ensure that both the people and us benefit from this?
Yeah.
Because why should we gain one stronghold, one political giant, and lose 100,000 voters? This is something that has to be looked at from these angles.
Those are very powerful points, actually.
Very important.
Yeah, because these, like you've said, these are, these politicians at some point, sibamanganira bantu, bamafuna festival ziyanganira weka, which brings us to another camp that happened like in 2021, if I would say so. This is what happened, where you're just looking party is a taker. Then manje bantu it's chibadia in short, like it's eating them up. So basically, and we are people who use emotions most of the time, especially kafika pakuvote. My using my emotions.
That's why I think in our previous discussions, one thing that we've always talked about is when it comes to my elections, we are always saying, should we use emotions or should we first analyze situations?
Yeah.
And I think the thing I've realized in the elections today, not anyway, I am comparing it from way back. Kudala, I think people were more emotional than we are now. I think the youths today are more, they are really scrutinizing. I'll give you an example. What happened in 2021, is it? During the general elections, when the youths decided to say, okay, tapiri rapa, we cannot do it anymore. What happened? They camped together. If you look at the milestone, if you look at the distance in proximity that is, that the government today won against the previous one, it was a very huge gap because people analyzed, people scrutinized, people were scrupulous about their people were scrupulous about casting their votes. They were ensuring that pay greater vote, there should be a change, and the change happened.
Yeah.
So I feel it is very essential for politicians, as they are making these collisions, as they are leaving these endorsements, if I can call them, as they are leaving their previous parties into joining in the other parties, and as even as these other parties are adopting these other ones, this is something to also look at. How has this person left where he's coming from? Because me, if I just get you your I am risking my house to helping a total stranger. You understand? Maybe we just move on. Let's talk about the agriculture. I think remember, this is an opinion. Like we say, this is someone's opinion, and then it is on that opinion that we are trying to build analysis and to just see.
Yeah. But yeah, like you've said, let's definitely move to the agriculture, because this is a subject actually that touches almost every Zambian.
Yes,
definitely.
It does. Anything that is political touches every Zambian.
Yeah.
And then because tikamba pali unga, tikamba pali nsima, tikamba pali pembe mbale wanga. Yeah, very, very important.
Yeah, the debate, is it at Bwanja, the debate around maize flour prices has become one of the biggest discussions.
It is. Apparently it is.
At Pembe.
I think me, who is a farmer, I understand this one, and this one hits me a lot. And then, when you see a lot of people opinionating themselves over something that touches you, we most of the times become the things that we hear. So if anything negative comes in, no wonder. I think this is the most important thing about lunch break with the boys. We analyze things to make people see why it should be an important matter to them. Yeah. So I feel when we are talking about issues like this, especially tikambukamba pali nsima, tikambukamba pali unga, tikambukamba pali ulimi, we are going to try by all means to ensure that you see why we need to discuss these issues, why we need to clear out the negativity, why we need to find a center space where we can have a common discussion that benefits the farmer and the buyer. Yeah, but for now, we're just going to take a very short break, and then we'll be back with this story and more other ones after.
I say, okay, this attribute of President HH is good. A good leader must be a follower at one stage. In order to grow this economy, you need the Zambian people to get involved. Foreigners will come for profit. So we are anchoring on education, research, technology. We must use the Zambian to develop Zambia. Why can't we do research with these things and find out what exactly can we do to lower the prices of our staple food? Our mission is very clear, is to unlock the potential of every Zambian. For this government, they are giving tax holiday to the mining companies who are taking our minerals outside
and then it comes back here in the country on at a higher price. What's the problem with Zambia? Indana natulowa ise. Pakuti situngaganize kuti ichi tamene tuchita ichi chetu saving ziko latu. The constitution is the will of the Zambian people.
Governor Space every Thursday at 21 hours on LCM TV.
Are you looking for the best aerial cinematography to capture your environment from above in 4K? Well, look no further. At LCM TV, we've got you covered with our professional drone and pilot that will enable you to shoot from unique perspectives. We deliver breathtaking shots with different recording modes such as photos, videos, panorama, time-lapse, and many more. For more info, contact the numbers on your screen. Get the best area shots with LCM TV.
At LCM channel, we have great programs for all age group. 80% local content. LCM TV. Doing it the right way.
Welcome back to, you are still watching Lunch Break with the Boys right here on LCM TV. Remember, we always doing it the right way, and remember that LCM TV is a branch of Lishima Classic Media. And on Lishima Classic Media, there is so much that we do. We were talking about the branding side of it, and we say that we can brand you, and now we're going to talk about the photography. Josiah, feed them up.
Yeah, so we are not just a branding company actually.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we also do photography. I'm sure those who follow us on our page on Facebook, we've been posting the photos that we've been working on as Lishima Classic Media.
Yes.
And I would say that they are nice photos actually. They're very beautiful.
Photos.
Very beautiful. And if you're having your chirangamlido, your wedding, your graduation ceremony, or anything that you would want to memorize, nama portrait actually we do that as well. We photos, you know, we are definitely good at it because we do it the right way. So we are a photography company as well. We deal in photography and we also do videography. If you are looking for somebody who can video you, you're having a song which chikari olo ncha campaign setimenya. Could bat ncha campaign, could bencha wedding, could be ili yonse video mungafune kuchaya. We do it the right way.
And yes, just as Zia said, I think we also do profiling for politicians. Politicians and others. We do profiling, and we also do website development. We also do web apps. We do application build-ups as well. We develop all those things. So do find your way to Lishima Classic Media for your branding services. We have got you covered.
Yeah, we definitely have. So yeah, Mr. Clifford, let's, like I said, Pajan and Nakambati, let's move to agriculture, because this is a subject that touches almost every Zambian, if I would say so. Yeah, the debate around maize flour prices has become one of the biggest discussions. And the Tonse Pamozi Alliance has questioned government delay in announcing the maize flour price, arguing that farmers need certainty.
Josiah, this is a very important story to start with. Tikamba pali maize flour price. If the government buys maize, it means we have more meal. And if we have more meal, it means whatever we'll be doing, you understand, right? And this is what This is where I feel, personally feel, this is where I feel we need to separate political debate from reality on the ground. This is very important to you who is listening. For a farmer, the biggest question is how do I put it? The biggest questions for a farmer are actually very simple. And the questions are, how much will my maize sell for? These are the questions all the time. I do soybeans. And all the time when we take a corolla, we harvest, tazigaya, tastosa muma shells, talongana muma sakai. Our interests are always, how much am I going to sell my bag for? Because you know, they'll give you a price for 1 kg ni so much, and then you'll be able to do the calculations according to the tonnage that you have harvested. And so I feel the first question a farmer will ask is, how much will my maize sell for? Very important. Who will buy it is the second question. Because when the prices delay to come, it means you may have the stock, you may have the maize, stacks of them, but as long as the prices have not been announced,
Yeah.
I think this is one profession that is very difficult, because the prices have to be set for you. It doesn't matter how much you've worked. And then the third question is, and when will I receive my money? Because you see, my Ankara cash and card.
Exactly.
So bazaku gulani, and then eventually
they will come and pay later. They will be, yeah, but exactly what you've said. And you know, sometimes political arguments can become louder than the actual issue.
Oh, yeah.
If I would say so. And whether someone supports government or opposition, the farmer's concern remains the same. I have invested money, time, and energy. Will my harvest give me a return?
Yeah, and this is why agriculture becomes a major election issue. Because yeah, that's why makoro wenzo tuza ati no kudara pa makampeni wenze kutigudira masaka ya unga. Ngati ni campaigning period zibwera free
masaka.
Masaka sia bwera. Uziba, you know, you can't win people over you can't win people over to yourself with an empty stomach. Nikopeke muchipingo.
Chipingo chinakambiratu. So
yes, after aenda kunyumba ya Lazarus. No ya Lazarus manja pakuti amena kuna mabota. Kunyumba ya Zake. After akutaka, that was when he began to talk. Elijah, after Akuta, is it Elisha or Elijah? After Akuta. In the Shunammite woman.
Yes.
So even for us to cast that vote, not on an empty stomach.
We need to eat.
So because you know it's a very, very important aspect of politics, and it becomes a major election issue because maize is not just a crop. Maize, it is food security. That is one. It is an income. That is two. It is school fees, that is 3, and then it is family survival, that is 4. So you look at, for me, who is a farmer, nikavishanga vintu hivi. When I know all these things are in place, these are the 4 things that I look at. I am looking at, I've got food in the house for the rest of the year. In example, just an example, because I know what this is like. Nikali my name. Nima start maybe kawaneka nzaka panga nika midis kawaneka nika sunflower. In this I know the whole 12 months I am not going to buy midi meal the coming 12 months. I won't buy midi meal, I won't buy cooking oil. You understand that? Yeah. So my food security my food is secured. And then when the money is coming, I know I've got money That is the income now.
The income.
And then when that income comes in, my children will not miss class
Oh yeah.
because school fees are secured.
Yeah.
When school fees are secured and all these things are in place, then my family survives to the next season. You see why this is a very, very, very big issue when it comes to campaign.
Yeah, definitely.
Weyambe kulimba na notice kama sabe definitely siuzo anavame ushusha.
Nikamba definitely I'm listening to what you are, you know.
So you know me when I say ungawadula niziva pameni kambira ungawadula.
Awadula kugula che, you know, like ungawadula.
No, but apa wa ankara ko vija but not pa mtengo wofu ni konkara kwa mtengo wa metina jaira ise
katove ndafu karibu 130 140 chakuti
ero kai you know it's just me and my wife so ndiye kameti magura kaja but still one chakuti
Hey, imagine.
Anyway, so then closely connected to this pre-current topic is the maize moisture content. There are stories that it is still very high, the moisture content. And so I would say connect to the maize prices is also the FRA explanation that maize moisture is remains high. Chizungu chima ntabako sometimes. Now Josiah, I want you to explain this to me, and as well as to our viewers. Explain this vividly, because I trust you when it comes to analysis. You've got a very analytical point. So I want you to explain this to us, the viewers, and myself in the studio, and Jack in the production room. I want you to explain why moisture content matters.
Okay, why moisture content matters.
Yes.
When maize is harvested, it needs to reach the right moisture level before long-term storage, if I would say so, storage. Then if maize is stored well while it is too wet, it can develop mold, spore, and become unsafe. So FRA's argument is that purchasing maize too early without proper quality checks could create bigger problems later. Yeah.
So now I think away from that, from what you've said, but in connection, digressively, digressively, the challenge is balancing two important things to me. From your explanation, I trust when it comes to analysis. Now, so the two important things that need protecting or that need balancing are these. You need to protect national food reserves. That is one. And protecting farmers who urgently need income. Because once you do this, then I should say...
Exactly. But the question is, can government create a system where farmers are supported while quality standards are maintained?
No, so now that is where
because farmers should not feel punished for producing food as well.
So question yago
can government create a system where farmers are supported while quality standards are maintained?
No, that is very important.
Yes, because then Paras Nakambati, because farmers should not be punished for producing food. Chokudia.
So
Mugonelo.
the Lord's Supper. So what you're saying is very important because okay, I have produced,
Yes.
Me, my job is to produce. Munani uzalima. nalima nakuleterani hivi. So it is now up to you. I shouldn't feel punished for producing that food and then mwamba kunyuza no milisi kali kumveka niona na. So we cannot yet start making you feel comfortable incomely, if there's English like that. We cannot make it. So I feel, yeah, if the government can come up with a way to build these facilities, and at the same time, you know, as the farmers are producing, as the farmers are supplying, they are also given their dues.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, like I've said, you know, there should be a system that should be created, especially when it comes to these farmers, you know, because like you've said, you're a farmer, and you've mentioned, I think, major things that we should look at. You've mentioned of school fees, you've mentioned of kapani house rent as well, you've mentioned of, you know, taking care of the family, feeding on the same farming that you are doing. So those are the major things that I think the government as well should be looking at, and creating a platform where, or maybe a system where these people are in an orderly way, where, you know, yes. Yeah, touch and go. Yeah, actually that's a very simple name.
Touch and go.
Yes. Mwavala novala, touch and go.
It's like, okay, mwaleta, or nivi, iwe ni mabagi angat no ya di 100, ni ma 50 kg. So 100 bags, 50 by 100, that is 5,000. So we are looking at 5 ton 9. Then 5 ton, mirisi bagi mos ni zingati. I mean per kg, no, it's 10 kwacha. 10 kwacha, okay. Ka 50 pin yako. Takupasa. Waenda, we are done. Business closed. But kumangara ati mwapeleka milisi. Anyway, tikamba so maybe because stizo have but again, it is our duty. It's our civil duty as citizens to try and think in these lines. Yes,
we are a country at large.
Yes, we are a country at large. So we are. It is very important for us to look at things and think in these lines. How can the government best find solutions that will be good for both the government and ourselves? The government needs food to supply to the nation, and then that food comes from the nation. So how do we maintain this relationship without distorting it? It is creating platforms now that are beneficial both ways. Because kumangala kuyembekeza mbalanga kuyembekeza zikalibochoka ndama muntu anayema nuwale mera anama 1000 bati shari manja mwake. Yeah, so I feel it is very important, and we move on to the next one.
Yeah, so but then before we move on, let's talk about politics again. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about politics again.
Let's talk about them.
Campaign language has become another major talking point.
Very important.
I would say so. And is it Muhabi?
Yes, Muhabi.
Muhabi Lungu as a
kumandwa Congo. Muhabi, not Muhabi. Umesema Kikongo. Umesema Kikongo wewe. Wanakuswala.
Muhabi.
Muhabi.
Ilite. Muhabi is Lungu, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so Muhabi Lungu has criticized President Hichilema. I remember I watched the video at my name is, hey Mr. President, my name is there's this guy Enzo Kopaka Seofi na bwaenda kuri my name is Ichilala, and the president, no, you are not Ichilala, you are Hijilala.
Hijilala.
So coming back to our story, so he has criticized President Hijilema over statements referring to some opposition politicians as criminals and thieves.
Now you see, here, Josiah, the president's argument here is that some opposition figures are individuals who were previously part of administrations accused of corruption. You see, we are analyzing, right? We are not standing with anyone.
Yes.
So now, this is why I have brought up the argument from that one. What the president said was some opposition figures vanachokera kuma parties administrations that were accused of corruption. You understand, right? So, but oftentimes kumangala there's that statement that waparachusi wasiamuliro. You get that? And then oftentimes people hear what you've not said and create something that they feel you should have said.
You should have said.
You understand that?
Yes.
So now, in this vein, the opposition argues that political debate should focus on ideas and policies rather than personal attacks.
And actually, this brings us to a very bigger question, if I would say so, from what you've said. What kind of politics do Zambians want? Politics based on accusations, or politics based on solutions?
You see, before I get there, politics based on accusations.
Accusations, yes.
Any sitting government, any government that takes over the previous one, accuses the previous one of something. I think I've grown now. From the time I knew about politics, the time I began to understand, you would find that we are chokapo, no, I'm caught. Nkanya so na so. Winangu weangenapo iwame anapeleka mzake ku polisi achokapo na eve alimkoti. So I feel this is a foundation that was laid before everyone else. At the inception of politics in Zambia, I think this is something that was brought in. So I feel we need to change. We need to dig a new foundation upon which the politics will begin to run. Because in as much as we talk about should politics be based on accusations or politics be based on solutions, if we have to create a country that has got politics based on solutions, it should start with us. For as long as the next government that will take over will come in seat and start questioning the previous one, and start accusing the previous government on things that they've foreseen they will not be able to acquire or achieve, then this is going to go on forever. The best should be Nabwerapo and Josa and the boss pan. Why I've come to take over this company. I've been employed as a new operations guy. I should find the problems. I'll figure out my problems near no baja so my mics in yonongeka my lights then I sit down now I bring the team together. Okay guys, so here's what we are going to do. The next move should be to buying mics so that our sound as we go online is crystal clear. Then the next thing is we buy the cameras. We bring in the cameras so that as we are bringing these issues to the people are able to hear us and they are able to see us clearly. Then the next thing is light. Then, you know, I am bringing in solutions instead of trying. When I fail to do something, I will say, you see, it grows like that because at the end of the day, ordinary citizens are concerned about these things, Josiah. Their jobs, the cost of living, healthcare. Nowadays, kulinima. You know, you should understand when you go to the hospital, they will ask you, cash, nima, or card. You understand?
Yes.
So these are the concerns of the citizens. And then there's education, there's agriculture, and then there's also development. Because we need to develop individually before it is, it is when we develop as individuals that the country begins to develop. Because if Zambia has got 15 billionaires Trust me, Josiah, we cannot have 15 billionaires and still have small buildings. Because if I become a billionaire, so you will see, I'm going to have a lot of buildings in Zambia marking Kazembe's nani nani. Kazembe's nani nani. Office spaces, what and what, infrastructure, talk about it. It is when people develop as individuals that the country begin to develop. Some of these countries, you know that there are people, kuvyalo, kwakuti, they are richer than countries.
Oh yeah.
Because the richest person in the world is, if he was a country, would be the richest country. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, having such a person in a country, imagine if we can have developed people. So these are the concerns. Instead of accusing, we should look at solutions that will empower citizens to becoming, we empower citizens to becoming something. So when the citizens are concerned about their jobs, the cost of living, healthcare, education, agriculture, and development, the strongest political message is not always the loudest one. You understand, right? So it is the one that connects with people's daily struggles. When you find what people are struggling with, then you create a solution. Then you move on from there.
Those are powerful points, huh?
Need more.
Producer, tenga ngon paste pa break pa minute karipoenda.
Lishima Classic Media, we can brand your brand. From backdrops to roll-up banners, vinyl and PVC banners, gazebo tents, t-shirt printing, flag banners, business cards. You're welcome back.
Mulimo.
Yeah, Nilimo. Why do you always have to nikafuna kamba ko chizungu chiza chena planira?
I know cause I nenzena punata. Niende ko pa break so that ni chaiko refresh pari nilimo. Cause the way you said it after Mongalapo serious Mongano nilimo.
No, you know when we talk politics, it's like you had said, politics are centered on the people.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Yes.
And we are the people. And then if the two questions that you asked before I spoke, they are spirit quenching. It's about churches, the spirit. So yeah. So now you see any structure that is built on accusation ends in accusation. Because nikabwera, you remember saying we had a discussion. Said ngati unapoka mkazi pa kumkwatira. Don't be surprised if now bakakupoka because that's the foundation. Exactly. So then if you start a government based on accusations, the one that will come after you who will accuse you in one or another. And this is very movie qualities, eh? We always say, if you are going to scoop on your partner's phone to find something wrong, you will find it. Even when there is nothing, you will find it. And then the next time they also touch yours, they will find. Because you are always insecure about the things you are doing. But then, I don't want to linger on this one a lot. In Girakumoyo. So now, Josiah.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move to sports. So, Josiah, the football world has been watching the World Cup closely. When's what team won your first?
Team.
Team Jesus. These pastors.
Team Yesu. Especially team yako ikaluza.
It won't matter in heaven.
Ndina team Jesus. Ndina cha team Yesu.
It won't even matter in heaven. So now, a tournament like this is something, anyway, enough no type of previous topic, but it's okay. We've closed it. It's in the past.
Definitely we've
forgotten. So now, a tournament like the World Cup is more than just football. It brings people together. We are talking about cultures, we are talking about nations, we are talking about different football philosophies. Nikakalipa, I begin to stutter, I begin to stammer. So I think in Karokuya, that's why I'm stuttering right now. So there's so much that football does. It brings different cultures, different people from all around the world to just see this match. And I'm surprised to know, I was surprised actually to know that there are a lot of Zambians in America that are following the World Cup, not from the TV, from the stadium.
From the stadium. And you know, obviously Mr. Clifford,
Mr. Keyboard. The Spirit of God.
The Spirit of God is quenching. Yeah, but one of the biggest talking points at this stage of the tournament has been the quality of competition.
Yeah.
We have seen traditional football powers being challenged by teams that were previously considered underdogs. And you know, the gap between the big nations and developing football countries continues to reduce.
And you know what has been so interesting about this is how important tactics have become. Modern football is no longer just about having star players, because if you look at the teams that have been competitive in the tournament, I think, yes, let's talk about France, could have been Mbappe. Let's talk about Norway, could have been Haaland. Let's talk about England, could have been Kane. Let's talk about Argentina, could have been Messi. Portugal has got Ronaldo. We had the Neymars. We had this young man akamfana kasinka konda na ikambia pati sinka konda kubola, and I feel kama sitako disrespect player wa main konda akaka Lamine Yamal
kama mnyunya.
Yeah, so there has been stars in the game, and the stars have really shed their mark on this particular World Cup, and but I feel this time it was not really about stars, because we have teams like when Morocco, when Senegal, when Egypt. Yes, we can talk about when Mohamed Salah, we can talk about when Mane, we can talk about all these guys that are in these teams I've mentioned. But then when South Africa, these have just shown that a team is more than just one player who is in the stardom of football. You understand? Yeah. So there just has been a lot of tactic in those, and I feel what these teams have shown is that good teams actually need strong organization. They need fitness, mental strength, and the ability to adapt during the matches. I think this has been the most important takeaway for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why France is winning the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, exactly, Mr.
I prophesy. By the end of the World Cup, France is going to walk home with a trophy. Mark my words.
You know, receive. You know, the World Cup has also reminded us that football is unpredictable, if I would say so.
It's not. Yeah, it is unpredictable.
Anyway, it is unpredictable.
Papa, it is unpredictable.
Yeah, it is unpredictable. And one thing that, you know, like you are from saying, I think you are from saying, you know, what a team needs you know, you've said about you've talked about mental health, mental stuff. You know, a team can have, you know, the biggest names, but without teamwork and discipline, success becomes so difficult.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially when you've got FIFA's last born in your team. Yeah, anyway, but now let's bring it home. I don't want to talk about the World Cup. Let's bring it home. The Copper Queens are ready for the WAFCON. And now I feel the Copper Queens have declared that they are ready for the WAFCON. And then this team has become a symbol of growth in Zambian football. I hate to agree with this statement. I think Zambian football today is safer to support the women than the gentlemen. And this is very scary, because if the women dominate in the football Yamziko, it becomes an issue. So it should be a message. I think, like you said, we need to understand the same efforts these guys, especially the guys that don't play from within, and those that play from within but represent other clubs. The names are so loud in the clubs. But the moment they come back, oh sure, it's like everybody wants to make a name for themselves before they go. There's no teamwork. So I feel this should be a message for our boys, for our Copper Kings, the Chipolopolo boys, to really step out there. It was so admirable to watch an African team go as far as Morocco did, as far as Egypt did, head to head with Argentina like that. It was so inspiring to see other teams do that. What is wrong with us? So we need to also see that. We need to ensure that all these teams, the national team ya Muna Neve Ankarako Simbo ya football Zambia.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Clifford.
Of no international.
But yeah, you know, the confidence within the team is encouraging. And I think before I even say Venus of Nokamba, you know, you've just said something where it's like somebody wants to make Zinache Yao. You know that these Magais, especially Magais, Mama chamushe kuvyaro kwinamo, but wakabgerati you know, okay, it's so discouraging, and they definitely don't do vamushe bad. Maningi, but you know, as we all know, tournaments are won on the pitch, what's this? Tournaments, are won on the pitch. Preparation must be matched with performance.
Yeah, and you know, the Copper Queens have already inspired a generation. That is a fact. A generation of young girls who now believe football can be their future. Very important. The expectation from fans is actually very high, but so is the belief that Zambia can compete with Africa's best. Yeah, so I think this is something that we should take note. We believe in these guys. We believe that they can compete with the best because they are a part of the best teams in Africa. So anyway, how do I say? It's always an issue with me closing a show because I become too attached easily. So Josiah, today's discussion has shown us one thing from me. It has shown us one thing, and that thing is every headline has a deeper story behind it. And then politics is about decisions and consequences. Very important. And the other thing is agriculture is about people's livelihoods. And then football is about passion and national pride. These are very important notes to take home with.
Definitely.
From my end.
and you know, as citizens, we must always look beyond the noise and ask, what are the facts, what are the solutions, and how does this affect Zambia?
Indeed, indeed. And so to our viewers, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us here on Lunch Break with the Boys, right here on LCM TV. And remember, I am your host, Clifford Atusai Kazembe.
And I am Josiah Mwansa. Until next time, stay stay informed.
Yes.
Chizungu. Nifuna nene nikambeko chija.
Chamin Makamba.
I know it is okay. Stay informed, Dibana Wambuye.
So until next time, stay informed, stay responsible, and keep the conversations live. This has been Lunch Break with the Boys with me and Josiah. We're the boys today. One is missing, but he will be joining us on the next one. And then how do we end the show? On behalf of the entire production team, as well as you who's watching, thank you for staying with us, and thank you for staying tuned until next week, Tuesday, with us again. Ciao. Branded with Lishima Classic Media today, because here at Lishima Classic Media, we're doing it the right way.
Where we are now, we need unity. Because to unlock the potential of the Zambians, you need strong institutions. Look, I served under President HH. I know his style of leadership. I say, okay, this attribute of President HH is good. A good leader must be a follower at one stage. In order to grow this economy, you need the Zambian people to get involved. Foreigners will come for profit. So we are anchoring on education, research, technology. We must use the Zambian to develop Zambia. Why can't we do research with these things and find out what exactly can we do to lower the prices of our staple food? Our mission is very clear, is to unlock the potential of every Zambian. For this government, they are giving tax holiday to the mining companies who are taking them our minerals outside, and then it comes back here in the country at a higher price. What's the problem with Zambia? Indana natulowa ise. Pakuti situngaganize kuti ichi tamene tuchita ichi chetu saving ziko latu. The constitution is the will of the Zambian people.
Governor Space every Thursday at 21 hours on LCM TV.
Are you looking for the best